Hello everyone, I have an execution gameplay on the map Fallout, and it's going to be an Inside My Mind episode. For this episode, I do particularly well. The other team definitely gets some kills, but they don't close out many rounds. I think they only get one, but I thought it was a good gameplay, and we're going to use it anyway. You're going to see that I pick up the marks a lot in this match, and I hope I inspire you to do the same because, man, is this gun a beast. You can see that the first kill I get is actually from the marks, and it's a very easy kill that I was able to get on the person picking up the drop shot. And now I'm just pushing their side, which opens up the drop shot area of the map to my team. So a really strong start, and now my teammate and I are just going to push this player. I don't like how the drop shots were used here by my teammate, but it's not really going to matter. It's going to be a 4-2 advantage in our favor, so closing out the round will be pretty easy. You see that I'm just laying down some marks of fire, but when I push up here, I make sure to go a little bit wide, which makes it challenging for this player to kind of pick us off with the one-shots, and I'm able to get a nice, clean, easy kill to start the game. So this next round, you're going to see that I'm actually going to run for grenades. Now, the reason I like to run for grenades on this side is because you have right-hand advantage. You're going to see that I'm actually going to go up against two people, and I'm going to have somebody lancering me in the back, but you really cannot underestimate how easy it is to get off clean shots when you do have right-hand advantage, and you can see that I get two very easy kills there, and I do get rewarded with grenades. And I opt to bring them to the drop shot area since I see my teammates are fighting here. I managed to get it down, and I think the smarter move would have been to put a grenade on it because it would have guaranteed me the kill. I didn't know that this teammate had somebody here with him to get him for the revive, but what's done is done. He did manage to escape with the drop shot, so even though we have 5-2 man advantage, it's not going to be super easy to close out this round. The drop shot obviously has 3 shots, and it's very lethal. The last thing you want to do is bunch up as well with your teammates, so you can see I opt to just kind of back off. Put down some support fire. I'm not in a hurry to get killed by the drop shot, so if my teammates want to rush, that's okay. And I think if you played enough Gears, you know that there's this effect where when there's like 1 or 2 people on the other team and you have a full team, everybody just kind of tends to rush for the kills, and that's obviously not the best move to be doing, especially when the other team has a power weapon. I had to do some editing here because the round just got long and drawn out, and there's a 2v1 here. I was hesitant to press the 2-on-1 advantage. I do have to critique myself here as well. I should have pushed up with my teammate. Instead, I held back. I wanted the other player to commit to us because it would have been easier to kill him, but my teammate wanted to push. There was no communication or anything, but it probably would have been better if I was there supporting him. And at the end, I had grenades and drop shot. I knew the player wouldn't have enough time to get to me, and I knew where he was on the map, so I went for some Hail Mary drop shots and grenades that were ultimately fruitless, but, you know, in execution, why not give it a try if you have the power weapons. So you're going to see that I actually pick up Marksa again. This time I wasn't able to get a kill, but I do get a down. It's good to note that if you do down somebody in execution, you can take off their head with the Marksa to finish them off, which makes this gun extra lethal as a means of picking off players. I got a little flustered there, so I ended up backing off, and I actually get pushed here. I'm going to get killed, and that's because I just flat out missed that third shot. So even though the first 2 shots were very strong, I missed my third shot. Obviously, sometimes it happens, and we have another stalemate. So obviously I had to do a bit of editing with this video. I do love execution, but the rounds can be long, and you have to have the patience to play this game type. At this point, I ended up switching up my strategy because I had gone for the marks a couple times, and I wanted to try to be a bit more spontaneous or unpredictable. And this was a pretty unpredictable move. That player could have got off a one-shot, but to be honest, I'm surprised he even did that much damage to me. I was able to pick him off, and then I pushed to the tower side for the enemy team. Had my player not died there, this would have been incredibly easy to close out the round, but now I'm just kind of trying to be sneaky and pick up some kills in this unpredictable spot that I managed to get. So at this point, there's a high risk, high reward type of scenario. This player kind of thinks that someone might be here, but they don't do a very good job of checking, and I stayed kind of hoping I could pick him off. As soon as he aims and directs his attention towards my teammates, I whip out my pistol and drill him with shots, and I'm able to kill him. If you just back up a little bit and think, that player had 2 or 3 seconds to react to me, but he probably knew he was dead anyway. Do your team a favor if you know you're about to die and you have a power weapon, and switch to a different weapon, because this player just gave me 3 drop shots, which is quite literally a lot of ammo to work with. Unless you know your team is going to secure a weapon that you drop after dying, just switch your weapon, because the last thing you want to do is give the other team things to work with, like that player had given me, which would be the drop shot. So big mistake on his part. So this round you're going to see I pick up the marks again. There's no one at drop shot, so I'm just going to direct my attention towards grenades, and once again, a super easy kill. It's like 3 shots to the head, or 2 body shots and a headshot, and right there I was able to get a nice, clean, easy kill, and the player didn't expect it. I think how it works with the marks versus different precision weapons for, let's say, long shot or torque bow, is that people just don't expect it. Like, when you're picking up a weapon, there's an animation, and a player is stuck in the animation for 1 or 2 seconds, whether it be nades or whatever. So if it's a long shot, players will tend to be careful to pick up the weapon, but for the marks, a lot of people just write it off, thinking that the gun is relatively harmless, and I think this gameplay shows otherwise. So now we're in a 2v2 situation. My teammate has a drop shot. I was able to bail us out of a pretty crappy situation. The other player was trying to chainsaw, which is not a good move. He probably should have just sprayed. So now we were able to make it a 2-on-1 situation. Now the other team player does have a torque bow. Good little tip if you're trying to make people waste their torques is just faking pushes, and once they charge, obviously they have to fire. So that's what we do just for a bit. And I'm just going to chop into some later gameplay after we manage to make him waste torques. I secure grenades. I've said it before, getting the power weapons when you have numbers or time is always a great way to close out rounds safely. The player was smart enough to take the 1v1 he had with my teammate, but a couple of well-placed grenades made this round go in our favor. So this next round, you're going to see that I actually go to grenades again, because once again I have right-hand advantage. The player you're about to see gets a nice mantle on me, but I managed to counter and hit B. I do play claw, so I feel like it's a little bit easier for me to just quickly hit B to counter those. And it's definitely good to practice, because if you do get the counter, you're pretty much guaranteed a kill. You get a chance to line up a shot. I put a really nice grenade up at M-bar. On this map especially, you can throw a grenade up top, and usually you're guaranteed a kill when you see that they've picked up a weapon. Or you can bring it over to drop shot, and really it's just going to be your choice. And remember, you do have 2 grenades, so you can throw one on each side of the map too. That's one of the reasons I really like going for grenades on this map too. It just gives you a lot of options in terms of where you want to put the pressure on. You can run straight forward or put it on either side of the map, so that's always an advantage in my head of going to the middle of the map. You can see that it's 4-0 right now. Like I said, this game is a really strong one for myself, and we do pretty well. The other team does get kills throughout the rounds, but they just never seem to close it out. So at the end of the day, obviously, that's what matters the most. These players have one up on me here, but this player pushes really aggressively to win his teammate grenades, and I'm I'm able to pick off an easy kill there. You're going to see that I actually get a headshot here when he picks up the drop shot. Once again, this just shows how great the Marks is. You can put on lethal pressure across the map and get easy kills. As soon as he picked up drop shot, there was about 1.5 seconds, I'd say, where I could just easily kill him. But now here's going to be the biggest mistake of the game. I could have went for torque bow, but instead I back off. And now my attention is kind of towards my teammates who are in the spawn area. So I noticed my teammates were kind of messing around, and you can see that I actually melee here, and I look and I notice that my player is literally not playing or just doing something, and I get frustrated. I think the word that people use these days is tilted. I essentially got tilted there. I got upset. I was thinking, well, I'm screwed. Like, why is my team helping me here? And this player, I don't know what he was trying to do. I think he's going to try to do that new wall bounce that people have said they've discovered. But really all he's going to do is just embarrass himself here. But the point I'm trying to make here is, you got to really just keep objectively focused and not put your attention towards what your teammates are doing like I did there. It can be frustrating when you come across dickheads, for lack of better words, like these guys were, that aren't helping, but you got to focus on your own gameplay, if you're trying to win, and there I just wasn't focused on my own, and I ended up getting easily killed by a drop shot. So this round I end up pushing far on the drop shot side. You can see that instead of picking it up, I pushed to their tower essentially, and that's just because it opens up the drop shot area to your teammates. No one else was here no one pushed with me, so I was able to grab it, and obviously the drop shot has got to be one of the most lethal guns in the game. It's super easy to get kills with, in my opinion, when you're using it properly. And I'm pretty sure that I end up picking off the last 2 kills here. You're going to see I rush over to the side. I find that the drop shot is especially easy to use when you just kind of let your teammates get into fights and then you map it on top of them. Obviously, if you're playing competitive and friendly fire is on, that's not an option, but when you're playing just public, it definitely is. And you can see that I end up finishing off the game in a fairly easy fashion. So hopefully this was fun for you to watch. I can put up matches where I lose, but they tend to be less entertaining than matches like this. But nonetheless, thank you very much for watching.